The home is the child's spiritual bedrock. And when that bedrock is destroyed, that child is in a spiritual developmental quagmire.
The home is the spiritual bedrock of the child, and when that bedrock is destroyed, that child is in a spiritual developmental quagmire. A child may learn mathematics in school. A child may learn communication in society. But the first place a child learns God, learns love, learns safety, learns identity, is the home. And when the home becomes emotionally cold, spiritually dry, constantly hostile, or deeply disconnected, the child suffers a kind of internal confusion that many parents never see. Because children do not always cry loudly when they are spiritually starving. Sometimes they become quiet. Sometimes they become rebellious. Sometimes they become emotionally distant. And sometimes they simply stop believing. Spiritual bedrock is not just a house where prayers are shouted every morning. No. A spiritual bedrock is an environment where a child consistently experiences truth, love, correction, safety, honor, accountability, and the presence of God through daily living. Because children do not only listen to spirituality, they absorb spirituality. They study your reactions. They study your anger. They study your marriage. They study how you treat people when you are frustrated. And many children today are confused about God, not because God failed them, but because the home gave them a distorted image of Him. If a child only experiences screaming, intimidation, insults, manipulation, and emotional neglect at home, it becomes difficult for that child to understand the love of a Heavenly Father. One of the greatest tragedies of the 21st century is this. Many homes are occupied, but disconnected. Parents are present physically, but absent emotionally. Some children no longer talk because every conversation becomes correction. Some children hide their struggles because vulnerability feels unsafe. Some children run to strangers online because there was no emotional refuge at home. And sadly, many parents are trying to outsource spiritual development entirely to church. But church cannot replace what home is supposed to build daily. A 1-hour Sunday sermon can't compete with a week of tension, silence, hostility, or emotional absence. So how do we rebuild the spiritual foundation of the home? First, create emotional safety. Your child should not only fear you, they should be able to trust you. A child who cannot speak honestly at home will eventually speak freely elsewhere. Second, let spirituality become practical. Don't only preach God, demonstrate Him. Let your child see forgiveness. Let them see patience. Let them see honesty. Let them see compassion. Because children remember what was modeled long after they forget what was instructed. Third, listen intentionally. Many parents interrogate, but very few truly listen. Sometimes the answer is hidden in your child's silence. Sometimes it is hidden in their sudden anger. Sometimes it is hidden in their withdrawal. Learn your child emotionally. Fourth, protect the atmosphere of your home. Children are deeply affected by constant conflict, insults, bitterness, toxic words, and emotional instability. A spiritually healthy home is not a perfect home. It is a home where healing, accountability, love, and grace are allowed to exist. And lastly, pray with your children intentionally. Not only during crises, not only before exams. Teach them how to speak to God naturally. Teach them that God is not merely a religious figure, but a father who cares about their fears, confusion, dreams, and identity. Children do not become spiritually grounded accidentally. Homes shape them quietly, daily, consistently. The home is either planting confidence or fear, identity or confusion, faith or emotional distance. And many adults today are still recovering from things that happened in childhood homes, where their spirit was never nurtured properly. So, dear parent, your greatest gift to your child may not be money. It may not even be education. It may simply be creating a home where that child can encounter love, truth, wisdom, emotional safety, and God. Because when the foundation is healthy, the child has something solid to stand on for life.